Showing single people unnecessary.
Or a chance to say that we love each other. Well, Rochelle Peachey is an author and dating expert who's been on more than 2,000 dates in her life. She's now happily married. Heidi Rice writes for Mills and Boon, and Mark Vernon is former priest and author of The Philosophy of Friendship. Welcome to you all. Mark, I wonder if I should ask you first, as a former priest, do you worry that Valentine's Day has become too commercialised and isn't about the spirituality of love?
I do a little bit, and one of the most tragic moments when I was a priest was when I did a wedding one Saturday, and just as I was about to walk down the aisle with the bride, she turned to me and said, "I hope this wedding works because I'm still paying off the loan on the first one." And the idea was that the more you kind of spend on a commitment, the more somehow worth it is. And of course that's not true at all. It's not financial spend, but I do worry this commercialisation of Valentine's Day tends to equate those two things. We feel we've got to spend more and more, as if that's some kind of bolster, if not substitute, for our actual physical, human commitments.
Yes, Heidi, can I ask you, you're a Mills and Boon author.
Yes.
Does that automatically mean that you're a hugely enthusiastic Valentine's Day person?
Well, I'm very romantic, I'd say. I'm definitely a romantic person. But I think, the thing about Valentine's Day is, yes, it is commercial. It's a commercial opportunity. And just like Christmas is and Halloween. But the thing is, it's all just about showing you care, really, at the base of it all. And if you want to do that on Valentine's Day, great, but why not do it all through the year as well? Don't feel all that pressure to just do it on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Rochelle, I can't believe you know that you've been on more than 2,000 dates in your life. But when you were dating or when you were single, did it feel like Valentine's Day was a sort of particularly painful moment?
I know that Valentine's Day is painful for single people. I have a website now called I Love Your Accent, which is for Americans and Brits to get together. And I know that people don't want to be single, but you don't have to just do something on Valentine's Day. I live in the States, and there's a day, every week there's something else in there's Secretary's Day, Boss's Day, Next Door Neighbour's Day, I got out the bed the wrong side Day. You could do that all the time, but Valentine's Day is a nice time to show someone that you care, and I love your accent. We know that's what people want to do.
What's the most romantic thing that you've done on Valentine's Day?
With me and my husband?
Well, or with anyone else?
He just, yeah, really, I can't talk about that. He just took me away for the weekend, which I totally didn't expect because he said we couldn't afford it, and then we did. That was great.
It occurs to me, Mark, that it's perfectly possible, isn't it, to be a romantic person and show you care all the time, and also hate Valentine's Day, because you kind of feel like all of a sudden you're obliged to.
There's a kind of romantic myth, I think, in our culture, and it's the idea that there's someone out there who's going to satisfy all our needs and desires. It's kind of one person, and we've got to find them. And I think that misunderstands what love is about, actually. I think love actually is more sort of future-orientated. You make a relationship through a commitment. And so the idea that it's going to happen to you as if you're some kind of passive person, just sort of got to sit around waiting for it to happen, is wrong. Well, we can be active in love. We can go out and make, love with other people and make our relationships together.
Heidi, I can't work out whether it's a good opportunity to, if you're in a relationship, to show the person that you're with that you actually do care about them, or whether it is actually just a big fake one day.
I think it's how you approach it, really. I mean, I really don't think you have to spend huge amounts of money on each other on Valentine's Day. I think you should try and pick something that you both really would enjoy doing, and then enjoy doing it together. That's what I would suggest. And I'd say to Mark, he needs to read a few Mills and Boons. If he thinks that it's all about just, finding the perfect person, you have to work at relationships. And you have to work at relationships and romantic novels as well as everywhere else.
What was your latest title?
It's called Public Affair Secretly Expecting.
Was it
it's quite racy.
That sounds dangerous territory.
Racy more than romantic then, was it?
Oh no, it's very romantic, but it's quite sexy. The books I write are quite sexy.
Yeah, I suppose the horrible Valentine's days are those days when you're on your own and people are going on about it. That's kind of the worst, isn't it, I suppose?
There has been a good bit of advice by the psychologist Erich Fromm, who said, actually, the best way to prepare for a relationship is to see whether you can have an evening in on your own. Because if you can have an evening on your own, then you're going to be happy with yourself, comfortable with yourself, and that's actually going to make you much more attractive. There's nothing more unattractive than saying, I need love, I need love.
One word, Rochelle, what's the plan for tomorrow? Do you know what's going on, or is it... No, don't know.
What's going on? I'm here, my husband's in the States.
So
maybe I'll be dating. I love your accent.com, maybe I'll find someone.
Thank you very much for all of you coming this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. That brings us almost to the end of breakfast. Goodbye from us. Thanks very much indeed for your company this morning. We're back tomorrow. Before we go, here's